Greetings and welcome to Die Dragon Die presents Titan's Gift season. What are we at?
4?
Season
Something.
4.
4?
I'm in the wrong campaign file. Season 4, episode 8. I am your DM and host, joined by the full Seattle crew. How is everyone doing on this fine Tuesday? 2 Tuesdays in a row. That's pretty good.
Yeah, this is the first time in like a year we've played 2 Tuesdays in a row.
Record-setting stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How's everyone doing tonight?
Oh, pretty good. Taking a break from playing Baldur's Gate 3 to hang out with you fine gentlemen. So
Oh, we're so honored. We're so honored.
privileged. Yeah.
Did we make the top of the list finally?
Yeah.
What's your main?
Just a wizard. I got a very vanilla party. I'm still, even though we've been playing D&D together for, I don't know, 3, 4 years now, 5 years. I'm still considering myself very new to D&D.
Dude, I made very generic characters too with Baldur's Gate 3 because we don't play 5e. Like, I don't know all the hacks or things. Oh, do they make this? The coffee wizard or whatever.
Coffee
lock.
Coffee lock.
Yeah.
Which coffee lock just refers to short rest, so drinking a coffee is enough to okay. Yeah, I've got just a regular wizard. I play with the wizard, the rogue guy you meet early on, the
Astarion.
Yeah, Astarion. I play with the orc lady you meet right in the beginning, the fighter. And
Lae'zel.
Lae'zel and
She's
Shadowheart.
a Githyanki. She's not an orc.
Githyanki. No, that's not. What the heck is the difference?
She's a Githyanki. They're like a psionic race from technically from different planes.
The astral plane.
Okay. Yeah, I did not understand the background for what Githyanki.
You'll meet actual orcs later in the game.
In D&D lore, the Githyanki the Gith were once slaves of the Mind Flayers, and then they broke free of Mind Flayer control. And then their race split into Githzeri and to Githyanki. And the Githyanki are effectively space pirates. They're all about raiding other worlds to get what they want, and they live on the astral plane on the bodies of dead gods.
That's pretty freaking sweet.
And then the Githzeri are monk spellcasters. And even though they're lawful, they live in limbo, which is the chaotic plane, where they can shape the chaos into the things that they want as a test to how to fight against chaos itself. This really weird, ancient, first edition D&D lore. Githyanki. The Githyanki right now are surprise attacking with ships the Grimstone Chronicles campaign.
Oh,
where we left off the last chapter was basically tungsten rods were being dropped on the capital, and these ships were coming out of. They bombed basically the Song Gate, which is how the Imperium gets people back and forth into the planet. And then these ships were coming out of the shadow, not out of the astral. The party was already found a Githzeri artifact that allowed them to track Githyanki ships in the astral or actually in space, heading. And there was an armada slowly heading towards their planet. They're like, oh, we got forever, for them to get here. And so, this one Githyanki general has been fucking around in the shadow plane and might be the cause of a lot of the shadow plane shit that's been going on in the campaign since game day one, and the attack happened. So the bunch of Githyanki ships came out of the shadow plane. They're different, and now they're attacking.
That's pretty cool.
They're attacking cities. So there's going to be a big arc about fighting the Githyanki on Grimstone. In chapter 5. No, we're on chapter 5 now with Adam's part. So chapter 6.
Well, that explains why Lae'zel has a bunch of psionic powers. So thanks for that. So I got the basic wizard, cleric, fighter, rogue party going, and it's been great. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, sorry, spoiler alert if you're gonna watch the Grimstone campaign. I'm just pulling the guts, but chronologically, it's in the past.
It's history. It's just a history lesson.
History. You guys want to do the how do you do's, or do you want to do the jump right in?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that was Luke.
my
How are things going, Matt?
Yeah.
I'm playing a rogue, and I've got
ballistic.
Karlak the Barbarian and kind of a rotating cast, but usually the Wizard and the Cleric. And that's going all right.
Are you still on the first act, the first map, or are you past
I just got to Act 3.
Oh shit! It's 3 acts, right? The game's 3.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're pretty far ahead then. Of me,
Yeah.
at least.
I started out with the, in the room with the revolver above the fireplace. So here we are in Act 3.
The gun's got to go off now.
Yeah, it's got it. Yeah.
What about you, Max? How you doing?
I mean, Baldur's Gate. It was 2 weeks ago.
You're playing it a second time already.
I actually haven't gone back to it since last week. This week has been all prep for our Skull and Shackles game. So I wrote up a character backstory for. It's another Pathfinder campaign I'm playing in. We're kicking it off. A friend of mine from Southern California is gonna fly up here at the end of the month, and so we're doing a big we're gonna try and get through the whole first chapter.
It's pirates. That's what it is. What Skull and Shackles is.
Yeah, the Shackles are like an area of Galarian, which is like the canonical planet for Pathfinder.
Yeah.
And so Skull and Shackles is one of those campaigns. It's like a 6-book arc. So I've been sort of obsessing over that character.
Do you have an eye patch or a peg leg?
No.
Or a parrot?
Not this character. It's a Kitsune kineticist, actually, that I'm working on. It's pretty fun.
Okay.
And then finished book 2 of Dungeon Crawler Carl. My wife is way ahead. She's half a book ahead of me at this point. We started book 3. We've been just devouring those books. They've been really good. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man.
Nice. What about
Neil, what's new with you?
Pretty good. I've reached the point where I'm listening to audiobooks again on the way to work. So in my car, my audiobooks are playing. Right now I'm wrapping up Jason Robinson. He has a series of books where it's all everything in the same universe. And then the final book is sort of Singularity, where he brings all of the characters from a whole bunch of different books together, which is interesting. I mean, it's not great reading, I guess, but it's still entertaining. It's one of those series that I picked up because my regular series and the regular stuff I was reading didn't have a book coming out yet. So I was like, hey, what I'm going to start? I ended up doing that and everything, and then just went, oh, well, I've read this one. Let me just get and grab the next one, and just kept on going. Other than that, it's pretty busy. Looking forward to family coming to visit. So we're doing some house renovating stuff and cleaning up and so on to get ready for them to be here. So that's going to be really, really great.
Nice.
Which is keeping me busy at home. Also changing jobs or roles at work also keeps me busy there. So at this point, life is just crazy busy. But good to be playing second week in a row. Matt, I gotta say, I love the shirt, man. I look at it, it's somewhere between Thundercat, trying to be Thundercats, but not Thundercats, and still cool. It's pretty cool.
I was getting Karate Kid vibes from.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a Karate Kid reference, but I totally get the Thundercats vibe from it too. Yeah, that's cool.
I get the colors from the Thundercats.
Yeah, Thundercats is a big red circle with the symbol in it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
100%. Yeah.
Oh, you guys watching Wheel of Time at all?
I watched the first series when it came out. It's on my to-do list. I'm picking through Peaky Blinders right now. I'm on season 5 of 6th season. It's okay. Sometimes it's boring, and then sometimes it's really exciting. It's like they took a lot of it and dragged a bunch of shit out, and but it's TV. One of the characters from Grimstone is modeled after the angry Jew on that show, and it was fascinating to watch the inspiration behind one of Mark's characters. Yeah.
Nice.
A very aggressive, loquacious person that you don't want to be in the same room with. Yeah.
So that's what you've been up to, Marty.
That and Battle Brothers. It's
I see that. I see
yeah.
you on Battle Brothers quite often now.
Yeah. Well, so I'll just leave it on in the background and sneak a game in here and there. But
Yeah. Hey, you don't have to make excuses.
Yeah. I've seen you guys on Baldur's Gate a lot, so
Yeah.
I'm like,
I bet you have.
they're both playing it. Oh, okay.
I bet you have.
I know what
One
Luke's
day.
up to tonight.
One day. One day.
All right, why don't we do a recap what happened last game? Last game was called A Riveting Chat. Lord Stefan d'Ambreville tasks the Jerks with finding 4 items he claims are needed for them to escape his dread realm of Averoigne. Pharisee attempts to break the polymorph effect on the professor, and is successful. The party travels to the city of Vion, which is under attack by an undead monstrosity. You guys reluctantly helped out and kind of found out that it might have been a dream all along, or perhaps some shade of a past event, perhaps something that repeats itself, to the horror of the souls that might be trapped here. Later on, the party treats with the Mother of Toads, who has a fog-cutting sword that apparently is also is one of the 4 items that is needed to escape the Dread Realm, perhaps to cut your way through the horrible red mist.
Perhaps.
You were leaving we're on the forest road map, you were leaving the witch's hut, the hordes of frogs jumping out of the way enough for you guys to leave. And when the frogs sort of filled in, they're about 6 feet tall along the road. Just masses of them, horrible croaking masses, slimy, slick, impossible numbers of toads and frogs. You guys paused for a moment as you looked up at the greenish light that seems to be emanating, even though it is evening at this point in the Dread Realm. The green light from the comet, you can see through some of the canopy of dead reaching branches. The comet is directly overhead.
Oh, yeah. That's the time when we should expect the beast.
In addition, let me roll a perception check. Perception, Titan's gift. Oh my goodness, you guys are... So Zephyros, Thurgus, and Pharisee all notice and can kind of hear a little bit this cackling and something moving through the trees. And you can see a lady on a broom flying away from the hut. The lady kind of looked like this, though.
Not the Mother of Toads, although she can probably change shape.
Yeah, I guess that probably wasn't her real form we saw, right? Usually.
Yeah.
Let me find the token. I'll move it to this map, and we'll call it Hag.
There we go.
It looks like she's flying on a broom. And Thurgus, you're the one kind of leading people around this place. She is headed in the direction of the city of Xymes.
Oh.
That one is... Let me look this up really fast.
Is that the one we came from with the mirror?
No,
that
that's
one-
got the potion of phasing.
That one has the potion, yeah.
The potion of phasing from Azardarak.
Mm-hmm.
If she gets a hold of that, we can kill the beast from the comet.
Let's see how it goes. Yeah, all right. Looks like she's going to do some of our work for us.
What do you say?
What looks like what?
Right. God damn it, Professor. You're so fucking blind. Look, that was the hag bitch that just left from her hut.
Really? Oh, I must
Yep.
need a new prescription then. I don't see anything. Just that damnable grim comet.
Oh, why is it raining sausages ahead of us?
You can see these things falling through the trees. They're kind of wet, long. One of them hits the ground and actually slithers like a snake. No, that's more like a lamprey.
Oh, those are aberrations from the comet.
I think that's going to be a problem.
We should prepare for this. I'll cast Good Hope.
There's a horrible wailing sound from the direction of the greenish light. You can hear the sound of beating wings.
How long has it been since that last battle?
Probably.
I feel like Zephyros did point out that he used a lot of spells.
He
Plus
definitely did.
walking a couple hours ago.
Okay, so
So I think everything is down at this point.
everything's down.
Except Good Hope, which I just cast.
Yeah, you've got 2 rounds before I'm rolling initiative.
Okay.
Something's
Let me
coming.
see.
You can hear its wings. You can hear it screech. There are weird lampreys that are landing. They're at first they look like snakes, but then their mouths have like 3 jaws to them, and their teeth are like jagged rows.
Thurgus is going to drop Righteous Might and Freedom of Movement.
Life Bubble should still be up from before.
I
Okay.
think the duration on that was only 2 hours, though, wasn't it? Because of
It's
how many
2
targets
hours
it's
per
split on.
level.
But it's
So
split
I
for
would've-
targets.
I would have split 26 hours between like 6 targets. It should be at least 4.
Fair enough.
Sorry, what was that, Matt? You said life bubbles up?
Life Bubble should be up. It's got essentially 4 hours of total duration.
Okay. Oh, what am I going to put up for 2 rounds of casting? I'll do, let's see here.
Bukerbeck's going to do a communal airwalk.
Delay Poison should be up. That's many, many hours.
Okay. Oh dear, what am I gonna do?
Yes, I'm going to put up See and Viz.
The forest is alive with the rustling of hundreds of these lampreys that seem to all be coalescing in one spot.
I'll do shield greater invis in 1 round, and then I'll do reduce person, and I'll hit us with a haste.
Oh,
Do we know what type of creature this thing is?
I think these things look like probably aberrations. If I can take, can I use a move action to identify knowledge?
Yeah. Let's. Do you have knowledge engineering?
I do.
Give me a roll.
I've got a plus 20 on that. Let me bring up the roller.
Everybody has haste if you want to add it to your own characters.
Yeah, haste we can put on the combat sheet. So in the second round, your caster level is 13, so it's like it'll go down 12 levels or 12 rounds.
Zephyros used spell recall to recall shield and mirror image, and he cast both on himself. He's got 8 images.
Nice.
I'll have you know, I think this is the second time in just a couple of games that he had like 6+ images. He's pretty cool with that.
Nice. Yeah. 35 on Dungeoneering.
The heads of these things, the angle, and the fact that they've got more than 2 eyes suggests that they are aberrations. They have a distinct snakish quality to them. but they're just wrong for regular snakes. And normally snakes don't go coalescing into a massive creature made out of snake-like lampreys.
Ah,
And something dark is forming behind this tree, and quite large.
fantastic.
I don't think I've done. Have I done reduce person in the dream world? The professor is now tiny.
Yep. You're just wee.
Did you share the aberration information, Fairsay?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an
I cast my
aberration,
2 spells,
sure.
but I've got a couple of swifts, so I'm gonna use Judgment
The
and
things
Bane.
the thing's feet are made of snake lampreys. Its fists are made of snake lampreys, and maybe there's a really big snake that opens its head up almost like a cobra. It's got too many eyes. I know the picture looks just like a cobra, but this one has maybe 6 eyes on each side of its head, more like an arachnid. It's making just horrible sounds. You have no doubt that this thing is just going to eat you if you let it. Fairsay, you won initiative with a nat 20. What are you doing?
I am going to start Bard Song. I'm going to, let's see here. I don't think I've used Protective Luck yet. I have. I'm going to split Hex Fortune on Thurgus and Zephyros, which lets you essentially have advantage on one attack or skill check. And I'm going to cackle that.
Do I really still have damage?
Once per round, right? They can roll a d20, 2d20.
Yeah.
I didn't get damaged in the hut tag or anything, right? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No, that
So
might
this-
have been from before, so you could
This-
clear that out.
Yeah, that should be good. With fast healing or regeneration.
All right, so that's Fairsay. You've gone.
Yep.
The Beast of Averoigne goes next. It is going to surge forward. And it can reach 3 people. Let's see its senses. It's got many, many eyes.
Do any of them have see invisibility?
Okay, the many, many snakes begin to ooze acid. The whole creature is slimy. It pulses, and I'm going to roll a reflex save for Esri. Some of the snakes are spitting acid. It's very disgusting. Esri evades. That was a move, and then it's going to swipe at Mokronom.
Oh, not the gobbler. Oh, what did I do to you?
Wait, no honor among aberrations?
Hey.
AC 43, I think, hits Mokronom, although Mokronom did have a chance to put up spells. Okay, we didn't put up spells for him. Let's do that now.
Oh, I put some really good ones up, too.
Mokronom has Still Prepared. He put up a shield and a bark skin.
Oh, I'm a wooden bag.
Let's look at his. Oh, he still has the old way of doing it. Okay. Bark skin would be +3. Shield would be +4, so +7. He's got an AC of 30. That's probably not good enough. Nope. All right. So this thing, with biting fangs and actually a slam, hits Makronom. He is immune to poison, or at least delayed poison, from this thing.
Oh, I have a really fun combo I've never tried that I really want to get off.
Okay, Makronom takes 18 damage. And then it's trying to grapple Makronom. Usually it's the other way around.
Don't do it! Don't grapple him!
Oh, not one on the CMB check. So Makronom squeezes right out of its grasp. He got bit, and it did look like if he didn't have poison protections up, he would have been poisoned. Ezri is going to take a swipe with her claws. She can extend her claws quite far out, like almost comically far out. She aids Thurgis's next attack, and then is going to 5-foot step, 5-foot step under the hems of Zephyrus's robes, just to get away from the beast. Bukrabek. Bukrabek's pretty low on spells. I think it's the same rest period as fighting the big undead thing.
Yep. Yeah, he did a lot of healing during that.
Mm-hmm. He sees that it's grabby. Who wants his last freedom of movement?
I can get myself.
You did one on yourself?
I haven't yet, but I can.
Okay. And then Thurgis?
Thurgis already has one. If you wanted to cast it on me, I would have burned a different spell, but
No, that's fine.
Himself?
Yep. I think healer, keep thyself.
I think that's what we did last time.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
All right, Bukrabek casts a freedom of movement on himself, and then he's going to go defensive, cast the spell, and move up to it. Like he'll go through Thurgis's squares, and he's basically hunkered down next to the casters. Thurgis. Thurgis is big.
Sorry, the dogs are like fighting a whole bunch, so I have to like summon them with treats before I take my turn. Otherwise, they're just gonna bark like fucking crazy. Thurgis is gonna spend a move action for Barroom Brawler to take improved 2-weapon fighting. Then he's gonna take another move action to get within reach. I don't know if this dude has 15-foot reach, but he will provoke at 10 feet.
Yeah, he will. It will take its attack. You realize that its wings turned into its hands. Like it's just wrong in so many levels. AC 40.
AC 40 will be a success.
Okay. You do feel that these creatures are not only battering you, but they're biting you. You take 23 damage.
Is it bludgeoning?
It's bludgeoning, piercing, and bludgeoning, piercing.
Okay. 23
and magic.
30.
It might be other things too. But.
Understood. And then Thurgis is going to spend. Does it count as aberration?
Yes.
Okay, so Thurgis spends an additional round of Bane because he activated Bane as a swift action last turn. So he kind of had to burn 2, but it keeps it up. So he got basically action economy for this turn. He's going to free action rage. He's going to power attack, and he's going to swing 4 times. 2 on the primaries, 2 up in fighting, and 2 with the haste attack.
Right.
And he's going to go fucking nuts. So let me pull this up really fast. The blood sickle is at... Oh, good lord. Okay. So 1d20 plus. Did we get Inspire?
Yes.
Okay. That is important to know. This is the blood sickle. And the other one is at a 34 for the Dark Star. So these are the first 2 attacks, 39 and 39.
Both of them are hits.
The first one, 3d6 plus.
Its alien flesh is quite rubbery, but you are cutting swaths of lamprey snakes in half.
67 points of damage from a +1 truthful aberration Bane greatsword.
Okay, you're not getting through its DR.
And then the next one
Its DR is 15.
6.
I've got a calculator here. So
The next one is 51 points of damage from a +4 weapon.
does +4 get through alignment damage?
Alignment is +5, I believe. I believe it's
adamantine
+5.
+5. Yeah.
I think adamantine. I think it's cold silver is 3, adamantine's 4, alignment is 5.
Okay.
I believe. Let me double check. And I also need to double check to make sure Righteous Might doesn't do anything for alignment. It does not. Oh, but it does give me DR. Are his attacks good aligned?
They are effectively, yeah. Not good aligned. They're evil aligned, which gets through good DR.
I have DR5 good as a chaotic.
Yeah, you're right. +5 to bypass alignment.
Oh, so angels can get through your DR?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you could take 5 hit points back. Thurgus is just covered in red blood, and he's looking very demonic with his size increase.
Okay, and then the next 2 attacks. Where are the attack rolls? Bloodsicle. This one -5. On the Bloodsicle, I'm gonna spend my
Fortune?
good luck, fortune, whatever
Fortune, yeah.
the once reroll thing. It's roll twice and take the higher, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll just do this. Take the 47. Can it be crit?
It can be. It's big and rubbery and full of
Roll
muscles
to
and sinew.
confirm. Let me double check. Make sure I don't have any bonuses to confirm. I do not. Does a 34 confirm?
34 doesn't. It missed by 2 if you've got some.
No, I'll leave it. And then the Dark Star. Nat 20.
Ooh, Dark Star.
Nat 20.
Oh,
what?
Modern does not like this creature.
Oh, wow.
I gotta look up Vorpal.
Am I even
that's
gonna get a turn here?
Does it have a head? Because it's a swarm.
In its current form, it has a head. Now, losing its head might not be that bad, given what the creature is, but for a brief moment. Okay, so the Dark Star basically removes limbs or heads. I'm going to say the head is a... What do we need, a D5? A D6?
If you're doing limbs, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah.
Yeah, so 5 is the head, 1, 2 are legs, 3/4 arms. Give me a D5.
Oh, I'll do it. Yeah. D5. There's a 3.
Okay, so you chop off one of its arms.
64 damage on the primary, and then do I still roll an exclamation point crit for the secondary?
Yep.
It's a slashing weapon.
It does reduce, but 1 con damage. And
So
the
is that
target
just
gains
regular damage?
spell failure for verbal spells until healed. Okay, so that's good because it does have spells. So 50% spell failure. As you cut off one of its arms and hit it in its big snake tongue, and you cut off part of the tongue.
And so the reduced is just a regular damage then, right?
Regular damage, yeah. Well, it's times 59.
Yeah, so that's just that's not a times 2 or anything like that.
All right, so 64 plus 59, subtract its damage reduction and add it to its hit points. Okay, 181. Now, it did have a limb removed. It has more than plus 15 on its its fortitude save. If it rolls a 1, it dies from system shock. It doesn't. You do see that the hand that you or the arm that you chopped off kind of broke apart. There's a bunch of swarming lampreys. It will not have the attacks from that one arm, and
I like to think that the Dark Star itself has like stopped making its whispering and has started hissing at the little snakes on the ground.
Sure. it has snake victims.
Thurgus is just going nuts. Ah!
That was Zephyros's or Thurgus's turn. Now it's Zephyros. Zephyros, you're feeling like you're a little too close to this thing.
Yeah, Zephyrus definitely feels that, and he's also a little taken by surprise. He's not exactly sure what this thing's resistances are, so he's going to cast Elemental Accessor on this thing, see what happens, and then he's just going to step back afterwards.
Nice. Oh, yeah. Okay, I need an SR check.
Remind me again. That is
1d20 plus 20.
1d20 plus 20.
I've memorized your bonus at this point.
All right. 35.
Yeah, you resoundingly push back, pass through some very hefty magic resistance, and you blast it with
Elemental Accessor. So
you have to make a range touch attack roll to hit it with the ray. Okay.
Yeah, I have to do a ranged, and my range, my attack roll for range is plus 10, I think.
You can successfully. I think we already determined that you can cast it defensively without having to roll it, but you will provoke making a ranged attack roll.
Yep.
Because you're in his reach. Just full disclosure.
And I've got you at plus 12 right now, at least, probably because of Good Hope.
Yeah, I haven't added any of the bonuses on, so it's probably plus 12.
This thing's touch AC is very low because of its massive size.
I think Zephyrus will provoke anyway, because he's going to feel a little bit safe because he's got shield, mage armor, and mirror images.
Okay, so a bunch of snakes come raking in. What's Zephyrus's AC?
Right now, it's 27 plus 1 for haste, and he has shield up, so it's 32.
32. I rolled a 36, so it hit you. How many images do you have?
8.
So a D9. One of your images goes away.
Let me just subtract that.
And then your ranged attack roll, as a bunch of elements go flying into it.
Yeah, so this is a 1d20 plus 12, right, Matt?
That's what I got there, yep.
What is the spell? I've never seen you do this.
Okay,
so 27. So
a ray of 2d6 acid, 2d6 cold, 2d6 electricity, and 2d6 fire goes off.
Shotgun
the type of
blast
energy that does the most points of damage to the target then persists. And then you've got bonuses because of your evocation, right?
That's correct, yes. So evocation is plus...
Which part of the ray do you want to add your bonus damage to?
I'm gonna take a stab and say probably something like cold. I feel like cold or fire, but I'm thinking
snakes
cold.
hate cold.
Yeah, I think
Snakes
so.
don't like the cold. That makes sense.
Okay, so roll the 2d6, and we'll go in order that it of acid, cold, electricity, fire.
So I need 4 hash 2d6,
Yeah,
and then we'll add the +6 later.
sounds good.
So that's a 4, 5, 6, and an 8.
Okay, and you're basically checking to see what it resists. So the acid, it resists.
Okay.
The electricity, how much damage did you do?
So what's the order? Acid, electricity?
It's acid, cold, electricity, fire.
Acid, cold, electricity. So electricity was 6.
Okay, so that gets resisted.
Is it +6? Isn't it?
Fire gets resisted, and the cold, it does not have resistance to cold, and you chose the right element.
There we go. So 5 + 6 would be nice there. Yeah, I almost hit 12. I'm so tired.
So you did 12 damage of cold, and you...
No, it's 11.
11? Okay, 92. Yeah. It has now continuous cold damage that's going on it. It will take another 4 for 1d4 rounds. It will take for 2 more rounds.
For 2 more rounds, it will take
4d6 plus your
4d6 points of damage.
Plus 6?
Yep.
Okay. There's swirling cold on it. All right. That was your standard action. Do you have any other actions left?
Zephyros is going to move away.
5 step away, or are you going to like totally fly away?
He's going to totally fly away.
All right. I think it has combat reflexes. It's going to attack you again.
How far can Zephyros move? 30 or I think it's 30 because he's got overland flight at 60, I think.
AC 39. It hits one of your images as you're flying away. Another lamprey goes flying through one of your images.
I think Zephyros can move 30, right?
It's 40 with overland flight.
Yeah, it's 40 with overland flight. Okay.
Plus, he's got haste.
Esri was on the ground.
Oh, I thought Esri was on Neve's shoulder. I'm sorry.
No, she was running around on the ground. She was stepping back. Okay, the thing attacked you. It's got cold around it. It seems to be freaking out at this. Its tongue is bleeding. This black ichor. It's not in a good way. And then it lost one of its arms. Although the lampreys look like they're trying to head back to the creature. Professor.
Is it bloodied?
No.
I'll say to the party, I don't suppose does this thing have poison immunity, do you suppose? I'd really like to try something.
It seems to be biting and injecting venom, so might be immune to poison.
Thurgus is raging.
Oh, rats. I guess I won't try it this time, but I have something really cool to show you. All right.
Try and knowledge check it.
I need with haste I don't suppose a knowledge check could be is a haste one of the haste actions, is it?
No, unfortunately not.
The haste action is just which I'm never going to use it. Okay, so I won't do that poison thing.
The thing is dripping in venom and acid.
I figured. I saw this really cool combo I realized the professor can do, and I really want to try it, but it's very poison forward, so that's just not going to happen. Should I try and kill it now or soften it up?
Just do it.
Do something, says Bookerbeck.
I'll try and kill it now. Okay, I will put. I'll spend 3 arcane pool points to increase the DC of spells cast this turn by 2.
Okay.
And I will do dual spell casting. The first one I'm going to do is Visions of Hell. It's going to be a 30-foot radius emanation at medium range. I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna go, like back here so that I can
What's
get
the
it,
what's
but
the
not
aura?
the party. 50-foot radius.
Okay. Okay.
And
So it starts to rain droplets of molten lead, and there are like a field of unseen bear traps that are going off as snakes are going through. It's just like it's just like torturous and full of chains along the ground, and it's raining molten lead. The creature doesn't like it. Is there an SR check?
No, there's no spell resistance on Visions of Hell.
Okay.
It is a will save, and the DC is going to be 3, 27, 28, 29, 31.
You're trying to make the demon thing afraid.
Scared.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's not scared.
Fuck. Okay.
It now looks more terrifying because it's coming out of the molten lead chain-filled forest.
And the second spell coming in hot here is going to be a piercing phantasmal killer. So there is SR on this one.
Okay.
And I'll
SR
get
30.
+2 from spell penetration, plus 5 effectively from piercing spell. And then, is it just a D20 roll? Or do I get a bonus on that?
D20 plus
Your caster level.
your caster
It is
level
caster
plus
level?
bonuses, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So we're 13 right now.
And did you intensify this anyway? Any of your...
No, none of that. I mean, it's Phantasmal Killer. It's piercing, and it's got spell penetration. It doesn't get through.
Okay, the spell washes up against the beast. You notice that you killed one of the snakes, but the snake just died, and the rest of the snakes are still going.
I guess not. Sorry.
Makarnam. What is he gonna do? Not be there.
Guys, we really need to find some beasts not immune to poison that can be susceptible to illusions, and I think I found the professor's fireball for him here.
Oh, very nice.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good, I think.
Okay, I think Makarnam enters his rage. Which means his limbs reach an extra 5 feet. Which means he can hit it from there. And then Pharisee's Bard Song's +4.
Pharisee's Bard Song is +3.
He whaps it. Strength and a half, so that would be 3. He didn't power attack. So he does 26 damage, which becomes 11. I don't think he's going to try to grapple it. Give me a second. He is. I'm going to try to grapple it.
Ballsy.
His grapple is at +29 with haste and his rage, and with Bard Song. He gets a 44. He fails to grapple it. All right, so that was his first attack. He's going to spend a round looking. Oh, I think I see it. It's for keeping. And he's going to then 5-foot step a little bit closer to the monster. Oh, it's in there real good. And his last action will be an improved steel combat swipe to
Nice.
grab the ring.
The ring. Yes.
He's got greater steel as well as improved steel. He's pretty good at this, although this is his second attack for the round.
Does it count as an attack roll?
Yep.
Okay. If he fails, sorry. Actually, can you let me know the results of the roll before can you let me know the dice roll before the results are revealed so I can use determination?
Yep. It's the second attack in the round, so there's an iterative penalty.
Can he use his haste attack?
He was an at
for this
20.
one?
Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a
Yoink.
tentacle that goes reaching into the creature. It baps around and it comes back, and you notice that there's a ring on the end of Makarnom's for eating or for keeping. The thing just looks incensed. It doesn't know that you're there for this particular
For
gaudy looking.
keeping.
Oh, he doesn't have any actions left. That was his haste attack. Okay. Whew. Pharisee, top of round 2.
Yeah, I am going to move slightly closer. I'm going to send a mask out this way. We'll keep that mask there. I am going to continue Bard Song.
Okay.
I'm going to Evil Eye the creature. I want to Evil Eye its armor class, reducing its AC by 4.
All right, and it's a will save?
It is, yes.
Okay, it gets a 23. Does that make it?
I don't believe so. Let me check. DC on these guys is 25.
Okay, its AC drops from 36 to 32.
For
Nice.
3 plus my int mod rounds, my int
For the
is
rest of the fight.
5. So yeah, it's got about 8 rounds of that. I cackle to keep fortune up. And that does it. Move. Let's see, 1. The movement I can't move. I need to stay here.
Okay.
He is within 30 feet, though.
Yep.
So.
All right. So the Beast of Averoigne,
Yeah.
as one of its actions, reforms its hand that fell off.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Well, that got severed off. It does mean that it can't do its full round attack at its highest base attack bonus with all 3 of its attacks, though.
I'll take it.
So next, it's going to attempt to cast a spell defensively.
Whoa.
Oh, and does it still have it still has the 50% failure chance, because that wasn't from the losing a limb, that was from the crit.
Yep. I have to see that if it can make the defensive casting. So don't roll 1. No, don't roll a 3. All right. So between Thurgus waving his sword around and its tongue being cut, a few of the snakes die. Like they turned really, really almost like instant mummification. Dry as they fall to the ground. You think it might have been trying to hoard wilt you. So it used a move action and then a spell, and that's its turn. Damn it. Okay. Ezri does not
It's
want
not
to
good
be
for that
anywhere
guy.
near this thing, so she's going to just take off into the woods. She's climbing a tree to get closer to Zephyros, and this time she pops on your shoulder. Bukrebek.
Oh! Is it bloodied yet?
Oh,
Shit.
did we skip Thurgus? No, we did. Bukrebek.
You're used to me operating it so high in the round.
Yeah, you rolled a 2 this initiative. Okay. And you're still near the top.
Can't always go first.
Most of the time. Are you hurt? Thurgus is hurt.
I took a little bit of damage, but he did see me fast heal for 5 at the start of my turn.
Okay.
So I got like 33 points of damage on me.
He is going to lay on hands.
Oh, sick.
To do 5d6 healing on. So 14 on Thurgus.
I'll take it.
That is a standard. Is your weapon Bane right now?
My main hand has Aberration Bane. My offhand does not.
Okay. He's going to quicken channel to bless equipment.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
Oh, no.
To let me just count the number 4. He's got 1 channel left after this. The bless equipment, he'll Bane Aberration because you guys were talking about it.
He could make it good aligned, couldn't he? Or he needs align equipment for that one, huh?
And this lasts for I think 9 rounds.
Nice.
Nice.
Bumpa, bumba, dumba, abhors an aberration.
Five rounds equals the number of dice. So 5 rounds.
Nice.
Yeah. Bumpa dumba dumba. Get rid of this foul thing.
Yeah. Thurgus is still mad, frothing at the mouth.
Thurgus.
Emanating dark energies. He somehow invoked some sort of evil aura. Maybe it's the effect of his deity, watching his deity sort of descend into an evil madness. Who knows?
Yeah, the previous stories of your deity.
Yeah.
Abaddon,
it's probably fine.
the stench of Abaddon is still upon his worshippers.
Fast heal for 4. Or for 5, sorry. Down to 14.
It's really mad. I think it wants to eat us for eating.
4 actions here.
Not today, my friend. Not today.
I'll burn a standard for Warrior Spirit to enhance my primary with +4 and Vicious. And then I'll take my 3rd action and bonus attack as my 2-weapon fighting. Update these really fast. 5. This becomes 4, 7. Plus 2d6. Double check.
Unfortunate if you want it, but you could also save it for.
I think I'm going to save it for a crit confirmation.
Oh yeah, that works.
I think that's the best time to use it, because given the number of times I attack and my crit ranges. Yeah. All right, so let's see here. But I've pasted these into my sticky notes. So that is a 39 to hit.
Which hits?
It is a +5 weapon now.
Okay, it gets through its DR.
For 85 points of damage.
Holy cow! Impressive.
It's still not bloodied.
I take a d6. I take 4. Untyped.
Oh, is that what aggressive means?
That's what vicious is. It's an
okay.
additional 2d6, but I take a d6.
Yep. Your nose is bleeding.
He just starts bleeding more, and it comes out. Ah!
Little for you, little for me.
Then this is the Dark Star with the Bane. 19 to hit.
Critical threat, but
On
not
55, but not a nat
the
20.
limb chopping ability. Yeah.
Yeah, I will spend my fortune point to confirm the crit.
Nice.
Awesome.
So that's one roll. That's 2 roll. Does a 43 confirm?
Yes.
Here we go. Standard crit damage.
Nice.
Bane does not double.
Nope.
So let me move this really fast. This now becomes 60.
The +2 on the Bane does, though.
Correct, because it's a part of the enhancement bonus. Oh, actually, the enhancement bonus increases from a +4 to a +6 weapon.
Yeah, so you can get through Epic DR right now.
Sick. So this weapon will also bypass DR. 133 points of damage.
113.
Oh, sorry, 113. Yeah, you're right.
About half of the snakes are dead.
Then secondary attacks. 46, which we know hits on the blood sickle for 76 points of damage.
Oh my god.
The Dark Star offhand comes in -5. There's a 38 hit.
I don't think you get your offhands on the haste attack.
Oh, that's a good call. Okay.
Yeah.
So you would need.
That's fine. Just don't do that last attack.
Okay. Fair enough.
That
So-
first regular action, you get your 2, right?
Yeah.
Because you spent your other 2 regular actions doing other
Yeah.
things.
Okay.
The haste
So
attack.
hasted attack is just one attack, but because it's one attack action, it doesn't count for improved 2-weapon fighting.
That's right.
Okay, fair enough.
But if you had greater 2-weapon fighting and did a full round of attacks, you'd have 2 attacks, 2 attacks, 2 attacks, 1.
Well, I have 2-weapon fighting and I have improved 2-weapon fighting right now, so I have a second attack on my what would be my iterative, but in the 3-action system, that would have to be my second attack action.
Right.
I understand. Then that's it for me.
Zephyros, roll 4d6 plus 6 damage as your cold is swirling around it and hurting it.
Okay, Zephyros is pretty happy because he damaged it without doing something this round.
Mm-hmm.
He is gonna cast a flaming. Go ahead.
Did you roll the 4d6 plus 6 last round?
Oh, I thought it was just the 19 that I rolled before.
Okay, yeah. So, it happens at the beginning of your turn. So plus.
Yeah, so there's 19 cold damage from the elemental assessor that needs to happen this round, and then one more round.
You guys have now bloodied it again.
Okay. And then Zephyros is going to cast a greater flaming sphere, and he will use versatile evocation to turn it into a cold sphere, so that it's cold energy that damages him. DC would be 27.
I think we created. I've got an acid sphere and a flaming sphere. I'm just going to use this thing, and we'll call it cold sphere.
Okay.
Are you rolling to break SR or? Rolling to
I can roll to break SR. Yes, 1d20 plus 20 coming up. 37.
That breaks
and
its
you
SR.
roll.
All right.
And you've got fortune, so if you want to, if you attack, if you want to roll twice and take the higher.
There's no
you
attack
can
with
move.
this one. This is a reflex save on
It's a
it.
reflex save.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep. So let's look at this big thing. Its reflex save is sucky. It gets a 28, however. Oh no.
Well, AC is 27. I did not add any bonuses. Do I need to add anything to the DC? I don't think there's anything I can add to this.
Just your regular evocation bonus.
Yeah.
So let's have a quick peek here. This came out of Magus or Wizard? Does it matter? I don't think it matters.
No, they're both spell level 4.
Yeah, DC is 23 plus spell level is 27 plus 2 for evocation spells is 29. So.
Oh, did I not add the +2? Hold on.
It fails.
Yeah, that's right. I did not add the invocation. You're right.
So you do 6d6
Plus 6 damage.
plus 6 cold damage.
66.
21.
All right. The thing looks very beat up. There are lampreys falling off of it. They're being frozen. They're snapping in half. The creature is wailing in pain. Its voice likely, its howls are likely carrying to the nearest village, scaring the people in this dread realm. Professor.
All right, well, it's looking pretty beat up, but I guess I'll try and help out here.
I will never listen to the forest sounds again.
I will spend
the snapping of like hidden bear traps and the hissing sound of molten rain for the horrible hellscape that's behind it.
I'll spend 3 arcane pool points to increase the DC of spells I cast this turn by 2, and I will do dual spell casting again. First one I'm gonna do is Glitter Dust. It is a 10-foot radius spread. I'll do it right behind it and hit it and not the party.
Glitter dust, okay.
Yeah.
It is now glittery. I don't think there's SR on this.
No, there's no SR. There's a will save to negate the blinding, though. And the DC
36 on its save.
That is probably...
You blind some of the snakes, but there's too many eyeballs for it to be completely blinded.
Yeah, that will be enough to overcome it. And then with the second spell I'm going to do Black Tentacles. This is a 20-foot radius spread. I'm going to put it same kind of area, but right behind it there and not hit the party.
Okay, is there SR on this?
No, there's no SR on this.
All right, make your CMB. You probably need a net 20.
It's caster level. +1 for their size, +4 for their strength. So it's 13, 17, 18. I think 35.
Yeah, you're grabbing snakes off of it, but they're just coming back and filling up its form, and kind of pushing them forward in this Ouroboros of evil.
And yeah, that's my turn.
Ouroboros of evil.
Everyone's favorite kind of Ouroboros.
Top of round 3, the creature is not doing very well. 2/3 of its form at least destroyed. It's howling with this horrible, horrible wail. Pharisee, what is your action?
Yeah, I am going to hex its saves.
Okay. It's a will save.
Yep, will save DC 25.
Makes it.
Makes it, so its saves are hexed for 2 rounds, I believe. I'll cackle it.
Saves are at -2 because it failed. It made it save, sorry, right? So
4.
even if it makes it save?
Yeah, for a round.
Yeah.
Okay, for 1 round.
But making the save is just a reduction in rounds. Well, I reduce it to 1 round. I cackle it up to 2. It is mind affecting. Sorry. Is it immune to mind affecting?
Nope.
Delightful.
Anything else?
I continue Bard Song, and that is my actions.
All right, the Beast of Averoigne. Oh, what's it going to do?
Next turn, I'm going to sleep it.
Look at all those spells just nipping at
Let's
its...
see if that works.
Okay, it needs to stop Thurgus. It's going to do a full round attack on Thurgus.
Yeah, I would think.
I don't
It's probably pretty concerned about that.
AC 47, 37, and 32. Do you have Protective Luck up, or?
No, but on... yeah, that's 2 hits.
And the bite misses. All right. And you've got.
I do need to know if it deals any like precision damage or crit damage though, because
you have DR, right?
Versus bludgeon. I have DR5 good. Right
5. Okay. So after DR, 25 and 18 damage from 2 swipes. You're also getting poison, but you've got delay poison up, and that's all it can do, which is not enough. That is not enough at all.
Thurgus looks injured.
Yeah, but it's not stopping you.
Got some work to do.
Ezri just nestles into the backpack where Makarnom normally stays. I don't think she has anything. Bukerbeck's going to lay on hands on Thurgus for 21.
Okay.
He doesn't want you to die. you guys win with he's defensive, and he's just gonna come on, Makarnom, come on. He's got a readied action to kind of reposition Makarnom. Thurgus.
Yes, and he just yells at the snake creature. More blood, more sacrifice. Swing. 49.
It's a hit.
For 86.
Okay, this blasts the thing, and it tips over. There are still a bunch of snakes moving around.
He swings again. 53.
53, you're now cleaving at the mounds of snakes that are trying to reform its body.
64.
64 damage. You have now slain the beast.
He keeps swinging. Because he's going to spend his entire rage round, and he just keeps hacking at the ground. Ah!
The dead lampreys begin to fall upwards into the sky. They're
He swings at those two.
They're kind of turning into ash as they're falling upwards. And in a few moments, there's nothing left of the Beast of Averoigne. The comet seems to almost like a vehicle that wants to get away, just sort of moves in an arc in the sky, and there's this kind of painted green light, as if there were like stop motion or like high-speed camera kind of effect across the sky.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, it's now daytime, and you can hear birds and insects and little critters and like life returning to the forest.
Thurgus just starts panting.
It happened in this almost like flipping of a page storybook like quickness.
So Ferris moves in and he just makes a comment about it always being snakes.
Should we check in with the witch, or should we try and intercept at the bishop?
Oh, this place is strange. It was nighttime and now it's day.
Yeah, maybe we should just go wait at her house for her.
Dream.
Oh, Zephyros, Ezri, is this ring for keeping or for eating?
Keeping.
Okay.
Someone put at the top of Makarnom's sheet this gaudy ring, the Ring of Eben.
Yep, I got it.
AIBON, right?
Yeah,
B-O-N.
B-O-N. Yeah. The gemstone might actually just be like a hunk of glass.
My vote is we try and intercept her.
I think that makes good sense.
Yes, fair enough. Do we need rest or anything of that nature?
Thurgus like shakes off his fatigue. I'm good.
I have quite a bit of energy left as well.
He's still got a couple of like matted, bloody patches of fur.
Oh, you're no longer regenning?
No, the fast healing comes from judgment. Judgment's
Okay.
only active in combat.
2 lay on hands from Bukerbeck, and those go away.
It takes beautiful.
Yes, I've still got a bit in my tank as well. I could keep going, I suppose.
About 2/3 of my healing capability have been spent today, says Bukerbeck.
All right.
But we are very close. We have 2 of the items we need.
Yes.
She's got the other 2, so let's go fuck her up, and then we'll call it.
We know she's got 1. She's on her way to get the 2nd. We might get there first. Or
we might ambush them while they're both there.
yes.
Okay. What's the
I'm
party
fine
do?
either way. I do grow tired of this place. Perhaps whichever is the fastest way for us to recover them.
Thurgus just starts walking towards towards Xymes.
Yeah.
He just assumes it's been decided.
Yeah, I think that's good.
I'll follow along. Let's move. We've got communal airwalk. What does that do for
Minutes
us?
per level, isn't it? It's not wind walk.
Right, yeah. Okay. Yeah, 10 minutes per level.
Are we trying to get people to fly?
I was just curious what we had kind of.
Zephyrus can make a bunch of people fly for fairly cheap using his arcane pool, because he can cast fly, which is a 3rd level spell, and he can recall at half the cost of the spell level.
Oh, that's only 1st level slots.
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
I think we're just trying to travel right now.
Yeah, it's fine.
A dark mist and shadow seems to loom over the city of Xymes. It has many cathedrals, much like the capital city of Averoigne, except these cathedrals are very foreboding. They're clustered with gargoyles, and it looks like most people are hurriedly moving in blurs about their business from one building to another.
Excuse me.
This place is incredibly unwelcoming, and the architecture is impossibly big, perhaps expanded by the Dream Realm itself.
Pardon
This
me.
is big even for me.
Yeah, the shades look even less hospitable, and even more shade-like. Like there's less of a chance of these creatures even being alive still.
Zephyros, can you do that locate thingy to see if we can find where the potion of phasing is?
Unfortunately, we've already used it today, and it's not part of my favorite schools, so I can't recall it. There isn't. I can try the spell crux, but I doubt that I would get the spell.
Okay.
What level?
Got like a bond or something?
Oh, Zephyros, what circle spell is it?
It is a 2nd circle spell of divination or enchantment. I forget which one. It's divination. Divination.
Sorry.
Pharisee, you notice that there's a cackling hag leaving this building on a flying broom.
God damn it!
There she is. I'll bet it's with her. What is that building? The building is
This massive building. You just saw it. She zipped across the sky.
Probably
About how
haven't
fast?
then.
Impossibly fast.
Oh wow. Okay.
Ah.
Well, fuck. I guess we're hoofing it back.
Well, we could check and see if she did get it here while we're here, but it seems likely that she did, doesn't it?
I think so.
49 is a very good perception check. She might have had something tucked underneath the folds of her robe,
Yeah, I think she's got it. Let's
clutching onto something.
figure out. Honestly, let's try and figure out how these existing objects might be used along with the other ones.
Okay.
Do you think we all go into the mirror and then one person sort of reaches through the mirror and slices fog as it walks its way across or something like that?
Destroy the image of the fog in the mirror.
Well, you could phase through the mirror with the potion of phasing, perhaps, and use the blade to cut the fog.
Do you want to have a look at them? I could just barf them up right now.
Let's maybe find someplace more private where we can't be scryed upon. I assume we're still being scryed upon, right?
Yeah, you guys have not lost the sensor since the time when you were in the cathedral last. You get a sense that somebody is still watching. The same sensor that started watching you outside of the cabin. Or the barn, sorry.
Shall we hole up someplace and have a chat, do a bit of study?
Yes. Can we create a sanctum? Well, actually, the hut is also a sanctum.
Do we want to have this discussion in front of her, though?
Well, ideally, no.
How about we cast a mage's magnificent mansion and we create a sanctum around it?
That's a capital idea.
Should be safe in the mansion, right? Isn't it like an extra dimensional space?
I'm not sure if somebody can scry inside there. I don't know.
It's your own personal plane of existence.
All right, okay.
I don't think we should be taking wizard advice from Fergus here, although he has been keeping up with his studies. I would not trust him.
Hey. I know a couple of things about a lot of things, and mostly how to kill things. But I do know that there are planes, and that you could put a sign on it like a flag and be like, "This is mine," and then people can't go there.
Oh, okay. So don't barf them up now? I guess not.
Not right now.
Oh, okay. They're both keeping. Yep. They better be. Oh. By my honor as a gobbler.
Yeah, let's try and get ourselves a sanctum then.
All right. And we pick some area off the beaten track so that we're not in the way of something.
So you find some alleyway between these spooky, not quite standing at right angle buildings.
Good place as any.
There's an alleyway that seems to extend the longer that you stand there and look down it, and you just find some odd corner to cast your magnificent mansion. Your mansion appears. You guys have all been in it before. You step in. It's like a different plane. Give me a second. The scrying sensor, you determine, is following... Who did we say it was following before you guys didn't know?
I don't know if we knew. It seems to have particular interest in Fergus, though.
Well, we have detect scrying up.
Yep.
We've been able to
So
see it,
this,
so we probably know when it.
as you guys are popping between the plane, you can kind of sense that you're not being scryed on and then scryed on. The scrying is actually on Esri.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And does it persist when we go into the mansion?
Yep. She failed her save when the initial spell was cast, so.
So we could have Ezra
Right,
get
so we're
outside.
safe here now. Oh wait, what the fuck? And Thurgus looks at it.
Fergus, I thought you said, oh,
Look, okay, maybe I don't know everything about planes and stuff.
You could put your flag down and, oh, magic just doesn't work anymore.
I give the scrying sensor the finger.
Okay.
Fuck you. Piss off then. We got talking about you, not to you.
I guess no harm in trying. I'll cast, come out of the private sanctum and cast, or the magnificent mansion and cast a mage's private sanctum.
You might want to do the sanctum inside, though, wouldn't you?
I would think inside.
Yeah.
I guess I will do it inside.
Okay, so you blanket a dining room with Mage's Magnificent Mansion, and you notice that the scrying sensor is blocked.
Oh, Fergus, do you see that? Look.
No, I don't see anything. What are you talking about?
You see how now the scrying is gone?
What? No, don't see nothing.
Esri seems to relax a little bit and does that circling around the circling that cats do before they plop down to nap, and she does the circling and then curls up on a pillow.
Well, shall we take a look at these artifacts?
Yes, I think so.
Oh. Yeah, you can barf them up now. There's a sticky ring and a sticky mirror that has been puked up by Makronam. Oh, for keeping.
I don't have any legend lores available right now, but we can detect and identify, certainly. We can identify the ring. We know what we think it does. It should be able to strengthen glass, to be like steel. We have a mirror here that's made out of glass, so I feel like maybe that's the right combination on it.
Yes, plausible.
The potion of phasing would let someone pass through nearly any object. And I wonder if that would let you pass through the mirror from the inside, so that even if you were in the fog, you could slice through it from inside the mirror. But I'm not sure if that's the thinking on it or not.
Sounds pretty reasonable. I guess that's the word I would use.
If we're in the mirror and you're extending your arm through to slice, how are we propelling the mirror through the sliced fog?
I suspect that you would step out of the mirror, move the mirror a ways, and then step back in? Perhaps? As the fog collapses? Or perhaps you just put the mirror on your back and snicker snack your way on through.
Think, if we were an ancient vampire lord, how would we approach this problem?
What's all that got to do with the ring? Don't we need to turn some sort of glass into like steel or something?
Oh. Well, the fog collapses after a short period of time, I think. Even if it's cut through. And that might damage something made out of glass, but not if it were strengthened. That is perhaps, if we had the sword, we could play around with the fog and see what it does when cut through.
The soul mirror's got a snake on it, right?
The mirror has snakes on it, yes.
Do we think that we could put the ring on the snake somewhere? Like, does it have like you could slide it on part of the snake or something? Like, potentially the mirror wearing the ring would strengthen the glass.
The snakes are rather flat. It doesn't look like the ring fits anywhere obvious.
Okay.
on the mirror.
Can we try to use the ring to affect the mirror and make the glass super strong?
Okay, without identifying it, you could use magic device just to activate the.
Yeah, can we
Activate
just
blindly.
do? Can we identify this stuff first?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do that. I'll assist the professor.
I will take out my monocle. Where is that thing?
So Ferris will assist as well.
I've got a monocle of perusal, gives me +5 competence. Oh, 3 times per day I can command identify.
Okay, identify gives you a +10 to your spellcraft.
Okay, so 1d20 plus 10 plus an aid
Mocronome won't try to aid because he could actually hinder.
plus a spellcraft, which is 27.
Which item are you doing first, the ring or the mirror?
We'll do the mirror first.
Okay.
Thurgus looks at the mirror. Is it a construct?
You knowledge.
He has Death Watch eyes. He gets to know
Oh,
if it's
okay.
alive, dead, or a construct. Thurgus goes, it's not alive. That's his aid.
That's, I suppose, good to know. Sure.
50 to identify the mirror.
50 minus 15. Okay. All right. Yeah, the mirror. The mirror is a minor artifact. It can hold up to 13 souls, and it is intended to be used as a focus to many soul-related spells. If you look really closely, you can see there are 13 vipers or depictions of vipers with tiny, tiny little eyes. The viper eyes will light up for each of the souls that are inside.
What do we know about the fog?
The fog is supposed to kill you. Remember you saw the corpse of a donkey or something?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
do we know how the fog kills you? Like
Don't.
poison? No? Okay. And we have only been close to the fog in the very beginning when we were
There was a tunnel through the fog that allowed you ingress, and it collapsed behind you, and you have not poked at the fog.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's identify this ring then.
I look at the ring. Is it alive, dead, or a construct?
The ring is not a construct. It's not alive.
Oh, yeah.
58.
Okay. Once per week, when the ring is commanded to do so, it can turn a certain amount of glass into that of glass steel. Which is a substance, I guess. It's probably, we'll say the effect is probably the equivalent of a wow, that's a lot. I've got to find a good limit to this. Wow, these spells are big. I looked at make whole and fabricate. It's like 10 cubic feet or one construct of it. No, it's smaller. There we go. Same limit as mending. 1 pound per level. It's a 18th level item.
Would it work on the mirror? Would it harden the mirror?
Yes.
I do believe the logical use of the ring is to harden the mirror, though I'm not sure why. If the mirror is used as a focus for soul-based spells, perhaps there is some soul-based spell requiring it that maybe...
Oh, you also know that the mirror will slowly reknit itself when you break it, but it's possible to break it.
Okay. So this could prevent or make it much more difficult to break it. And we know that the mirror can hold people. We could put ourselves into it. But how would we get out of it? We would need a way out.
Yeah, breaking the mirror is one way to spill everyone out of the mirror.
Okay.
Perhaps the ring then is a decoy. Can you break the mirror from the inside?
You don't know.
Can I...
What if there's
what
somebody
you do
in
know
the
with
mirror?
your 50 though, for your what was it, spellcraft check of 50? When you're
Yeah.
there is nothing inherent about the mirror itself that would keep you trapped inside. So someone with plane shift could just leave. And there may be other ways of getting out of the mirror you don't know because you haven't gone in. Like the magic item doesn't actually define that part.
And would we need a legend lore to know the command words? Are there command words to put someone into it?
It requires a spell.
Like trap the soul or something
Yeah,
along those lines?
it's meant to be a focus for those spells.
Okay.
I don't suppose we have that spell, do we?
No, but I think a certain hag might.
What's the spell that we're looking for?
Trap soul, I guess?
Trap the soul, I think, is an 8th circle spell. That would definitely put you in the mirror. You were confident that you could use the mirror as a focus for that spell. It holds 13 souls regardless of their hit dice. You could stick a god inside this mirror. Now, whether or not the god would stay in the mirror,
fair question, yeah.
Or the spell you could actually get through its SR, but
Do we think that Tenebrin, that he would actually trap his own soul in the mirror as a means of escaping?
The Baron?
Yes.
I would assume he would do almost anything to escape this prison.
Because we're under the assumption that he's going to use these objects to escape himself and be damned with us, right?
He might require our assistance to get him out, but he might not. If he doesn't require our assistance, then I expect he would double-cross us.
Why do we think he hasn't collected these objects already himself? He's probably pretty strong.
Oh, I tried to bait him out of those answers, and he was just talking mad shit. Said he wanted to be entertained, making us do it.
Perhaps this curse is so strong that there's no way for him to leave. But there may be a way for others to leave.
Well, why would he help us leave?
Maybe
I don't think he wants to. I think he wants to see us
entertaining.
try, and then he wants to crush our hopes and dreams and kill us for a small amount of entertainment.
That sounds
Good
right.
point. That would be perhaps in character, but I don't know. what do we know about, like, all Dread Realms are different. They're essentially a prison for a particular individual. In this case, this Baron.
I've got an idea. Hear me
Please.
out.
Go on.
Let's just go murder the hag, take her stuff, and go back to the Baron with all of it, and see if he monologues like a big bad evil guy.
He certainly might.
He likes to talk. Maybe let's just get him to give us the answers, then we kill him.
Let's give the hag the chance to talk her way out with us as well.
I really think we should kill that bitch.
Well, the thing is, she knew
will
what
come
to
to
do
that.
immediately, right? The moment she knew what we were after, she knew she was after it.
And we kind of had to talk her into it and give her some context.
Wait, do we have
Drop some
enough room
hints.
inside? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ezri counts to 11.
11? I don't see 11.
My
Also
friends.
looking around.
They're in the
Oh.
they're in the light lantern things. At least I think
Oh,
they are.
Oh, 8,
Yes.
9, 10, 11. Yes, and we can fit 13 in the mirror. So 11 plus
the hag?
plus the hag?
And then who carries the mirror across? How do we get the mirror across?
It
That is the
depends
question.
on what happens when you slash the mist with the sword.
Good.
I think
Point.
we need that sword for some testing. I don't think we're going to solve this without some experimentation with all 4 items.
I think you're right.
I say we have a nice rest, enjoy the lovely feast that Zephyros has provided us, and in the morning we pay the hag a visit. Maybe she plays ball and helps us solve this magical problem. She is quite adept, I'm sure. Maybe she doesn't. Plays hard to get. We have to kill her, Fergus. You'll enjoy that part. I think it's
Yes.
almost a certainty it will come to that. And then afterwards, we look through his stuff and maybe take a nap or go right to hang out with Tenebrin.
You're already planning another nap? God, you're so fucking lazy.
I'm tired. This dreaming is really
It's like, take a
taxing.
nap, go kill someone, take another nap. My God.
I need to replenish my spells, Thorgus, and I can only do it after I rest.
Fergus makes the most bored face that he can make.
All right, so you guys
You didn't seem to mind that yesterday when I.
Oh my
you
God.
guys rest inside your mage's private sanctum area inside the magnificent mansion in the middle of the
Never-ending
horrible
alley.
city of Xymes in the horrible reality of the dream realm, the dread realm,
inside
in the
a realm
dream
inside a realm.
Exactly. Okay, so you
Yeah.
are cocooned and you think you're safe. You have a
Inside a
listless.
pearl.
You have a listless rest period. Glancing outside, you can see that the rage of the Bishop of Xymes seems to actually physically manifest in the dream realm as buildings are shaking. It's raining. It's raining frogs, but the frogs that are raining down are all dead, as if he's raging against frogs themselves.
Jeez, I wonder
All right.
why.
That's a good sign.
You can hear horrible blasphemies behind the thunder rolling in the heavens. You get the sense that Xymes is not a very nice place.
All right, let's fuck off then.
Yes, I suppose we're all ready then, yes?
After resting, you guys leave your mage's private sanctum. Are there any final? Does Makarnam eat the items again for Ezri?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. The group of you leaves your magnificent mansion, and you can see that the tremors of Xymes have subsided. You get the sense that it's hollow and empty at the moment. Almost like any of the creepiness and the darkness is sort of left, and there are actual rays of sunshine that are starting to peek through the canopy of the
The
grim
Bishop
canopy
of
guard.
Xymes may be so annoyed that he has gone to retrieve his item from the witch.
Oh.
We may find that our problem is solved because the witch is no more.
No, we don't. We just have to fight the bishop, and if he can kill the witch, then doesn't that mean there's a harder fight?
But
sure
he
you'll
may
enjoy
be
that.
spent to some degree.
You mean it's like Zephyrus? He
Oh.
just blows his load in like 3 rounds or something?
Zephyrus just looks at him.
Like
Sorry,
coming off of a
King
raid.
Zephyrus blows his royal load and is out in like 3 rounds or something.
I believe
King
it was
Zephyrus
one round of 3 fireballs.
Sorry, King Zephyrus of Heshmerloth blows his load in like 3 rounds or something.
I believe it was 1 round, and it was 3 fireballs in 1 round.
It was pretty good.
And they were empowered.
Oh, this place is amazing.
Yes.
Before we leave, let me see that ring real quick, Markernum.
Oh, you have to ask Ezri.
Esri, let me see that ring that Markernom's holding.
Markernom's got it.
Yes, well, I need you to ask Markernom to produce the ring so that
is that how it works? Okay, no one told me. She asks Markernom for the ring. Markernom produces the ring. It's goopy. You're used to it. The goopiness sublimates and disappears by the time you're looking at it. You've got the ring in your fingers.
I will hold it.
The big diamond. It's like this big. It's like shaped like a D8. It's like a little bit rough. It's not very well see through, and you're pretty sure it's like a piece of hardened glass, and not actually a gemstone.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Doggy.
Yeah, it
like
sticks
doggy
3/4 of an inch off of the band itself. Like it's really gaudy and not valuable except for the substance that it creates.
I will hold
And
it
the glass
in my
steel
hand.
the glass steel is permanent. You could actually probably set up a shop and make money with this item.
Little retirement fund right here. Side business. I will hold it and study it for a minute and do a psychometry check.
Ooh, okay.
51. So 15 is the DC, and then every 10 by which I exceed it, I get an additional.
So 4 pieces of information that are psychic. Well,
I hope the
Okay.
first
About
piece
the
of
last.
information-
It's about the previous, I guess, owners. What is?
yeah.
Markernom used to have it. So do you get a vision of the inside of Markernom?
Yes, you get a vision of the inside of Markernom and his exultation when he spotted it and grabbed it. He was so proud of himself by getting the ring and by helping out.
Yeah, he should be.
Something about swirling of snakes and him being in danger, and then the inside of Markernom, which was fascinating. Then you get just a man. He was on his way to go ply his trade. He was not an honest man. You're pretty sure that he duped people into thinking that certain types of glass were diamonds. And he was walking along a forest road and got it. Just
He got what?
He got eaten.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Torn apart by the snake monster.
Yep.
His morality was the fact that he was half convinced this place wasn't real. So it didn't matter.
Okay.
And then the piece of information is that he was low on customers because only some of the people didn't become shades.
Ooh.
And the word petitioner was used when referring to the shades.
Oh.
The sense that you get from this is that he had a purpose, and that was to dupe people using this ring, which kept him from, and he enjoyed duping people and being a crooked gem dealer, that he did this for hundreds of years, if not more, in these almost like looping, repeating things. And that over that period of time, he witnessed many of his customer base becoming, like the mass majority of his customers becoming shades. It's like
What did you call the shades? Petitioners.
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 Yes.
That before he was eaten by the Beast of Averoigne, who also was running out of perhaps things to prey upon. He had the thought that carried through the ring his most favored prized possession, that he would almost have no customers left.
Well, thank God he didn't live long enough to see that day, you know?
That would have been a sad day. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I will relay that to the party and give Makarnam back the ring for keeping.
Okay, so you're the one now.
Yeah. Well, it was owned by a dishonest merchant at some point. Interesting, though. It seems that this realm was once a great deal more populated, and the people have begun turning into these shades or petitioners over the course of hundreds, maybe thousands of years. And we're seeing this place where most people are gone at this point.
Petitioners are the names for souls when they are in their god's realm in their afterlife.
Oh?
This is not exactly the afterlife, but it is one of the inner planes. It's a prison in the inner planes. Perhaps they're dying, but trapped within that realm.
If this is a realm that is keeping everything trapped inside, then if one dies, perhaps it is also trapping their souls.
Indeed. Indeed.
What happens to a soul when it doesn't get to go to its god?
I can't be happy.
It gets stuck in a weird timey-wimey loop.
Apparently.
As well, that's
Cersei,
all I will.
Give me knowledge planes, please.
Knowledge planes.
Yeah.
Yes. I am... Let's see. Do I want to just take 10 on that? Nah, I like to live dangerously.
You don't have take 20s?
I do have take 20s. Let me do a take 20 on this. This seems like a good one to do that on. That should be... Let me check my character sheet on this one. I don't know if the quick reference is fully up to date for my abilities. Knowledge planes is plus 30. Yeah, so I'll take 20 on that and get a 50.
With Bukerbek's aid, that's 52.
Oh, yes. Nice. Good.
Can I aid as well?
Sure. That's 54. Okay, so souls, when they go to their afterlife, there are several end states for a soul. They might exist in their god's realm for a time, They could be absorbed by the plane itself to help fuel the plane.
Ooh.
They can be turned into outsiders by their deity or through different ways.
Sure, sure.
And then evil places can use souls like fuel.
Okay.
What else could happen to a soul? So it could linger in the plane. It can be used as fuel. It can be turned into a greater being. It can be absorbed by the plane itself. Those are and then sometimes they maybe even get refunneled back into the circle of life.
Mm-hmm.
Some religions believe in the reincarnation of souls and multiple lives. So if this place is its own contained plane, there could be any of these 5 things going on with people that became petitioners.
They could easily be sort of things that get trapped here, keep it going by fueling it. That would be an interesting...
And you've seen them move around, those shade things. You now maybe understand what they are. They're just hollow, faceless things going about their daily lives.
Until
Perhaps
something happens.
what happens then when this place runs out of souls to power the plane?
Presumably, it would just stay in its form, but perhaps it would collapse if it weren't fed sufficiently.
Interesting. Well,
Oh, don't
we...
forget that people get trapped here and they die. Just like a stomach for eating.
Yes. Yes. And what happens when something is eaten in the stomach? It's digested.
Oh, it gets pooped out later in unrecognizable forms.
So these shades
Unless it's
are
corn.
planar.
Corn is always recognizable for some reason.
So
Bless you, corn.
We're saying that these shades are planar thoughts from digestion.
More like they are souls of people who are trapped here. Whether they're evil or not, we do not know. Do they deserve this place? Only the most horrid would.
I doubt this whole city deserved it.
Well,
but maybe.
We don't deserve it. That's the thing that matters.
Truth.
I agree. So let's go kill a hag.
Yep. Says S03.
I agree as well. Shall we continue on?
If we can cut our way out and break the wall as revenge for the trap in the first place, I'm fine with that too, but yes.
Let's go visit the hag.
Okay.
I have picked up a pair of legend lores today just in case we need it, and I've swapped one of my 6 circle spells from heal to plane shift.
Ooh.
Because I felt like having a plane shift might make sense.
Yeah, seems wise.
Yeah.
I am going to... How many of us are there here? I think 7?
Yeah. Not including the 4 trapped souls.
Yeah, so I'm going to delay poison on all of us. So that takes care of that. And the rest we'll wait until we're closer.
Okay, and you're heading back towards the witch's cabin?
What do we suppose would happen if we shadow walked in here?
I have no idea.
Why? Travel doesn't take that long here. Lucas knows where he's going.
We just go that way, and then all of a sudden we're there. It goes by pretty quick. Don't worry about it.
But I suppose the fog exists in the shadow plane, too.
I'm not going to shadow walk at a bajillion miles an hour into death fog. Fuck off. And Thurgus just starts walking towards the forest.
That's a fair point.
All right, the party